Hello everyone, and welcome to another super quick and hopefully stylish pocket card or picture my life card scrapbook layout. This is number 3 in the series that I have been doing with the In Full Bloom Picture My Life cards. They're also known as pocket cards and they have gorgeous designs on them. You can tell with what I've selected here, I'm going for a fairly monochromatic black, white and grey type look. I'm also going to use some of the In Full Bloom die cuts. This is what I've got left in the packet. I've selected some that I'm going to put on the layout. I'm just going to push those aside. I've got some more off to the side that I'm going to play with. I'm going to use black for photo mats. So what I think I'm going to do for this layout is lay them out in a fairly horizontal type layout. And I'm also going to show you, like I've done with other layouts, how to extend these PML cards. Now, I know that I'm going to put some photos across here and I don't want to cover up the entire area of this. So I'm going to do some slicing for this. I'm going to chop this one in half. So this is a 6x4 card. So I need to cut it at 3 inches. And that is going to go, I think, at the top and the bottom of a 6x4 photo. So I'm going to do a bit of a dry fit here on camera so you can see where I'm heading with this layout. This one, I want it to be a fairly symmetrical type layout, so I'm going to do the same thing with this. If I stuck a photo mat over the top of that, I'm going to lose all of this gorgeous design. So thankfully, chopping this one in half, I'm able to put that above and below. And then this floral one's going off to the side. I'm going to put a photo mat here. I've got some placeholders so you can see how the layout's coming together. I've trimmed these down just a little bit from the original 3x4 and 6x4 size, and I'm quite liking how this is looking, but I think what I might do is disguise this floral element here. And because I've got my 3x4 photo running this way, I think I can trim this down a little bit and use what's underneath to hide some of this floral element. So let me just double check on the measurements. Sometimes my maths, especially when I'm talking and trying to do things at the same time, is not that great. So I need a 1.5 inch piece for the top and the bottom. You know what they say about measuring twice? Well, I was just about to cut all of this up and then I realised that that might not work for me. So I better measure it. And I think what I'll do is flip that around so the heavy side of this plaid pattern is off to the right rather than having the white up against a white edge. It just sort of frames it out a bit better. And then I've got this piece left over, which hopefully cut in half, so that's about 3 inches. So I'm going to do that just over 1.5. It's a little bit wider and that works perfectly. So I think that will give some continuity to the layout. And then I think I might swap the plaid from both being on the right sides of the layouts. I'm going to try this. So because I'm swapping that around, I'm going to flip this again because that black mat, this one can bump up against it and it finishes that piece off. And I think I like this a bit better. This big mat here is 6 inches by 8 inches. So I've trimmed these photo holders down just a little bit so that I still get a black border around all of them rather than matting each one individually. So now I'm going to bring in the die cuts. I love this camera and putting a little heart inside it I think works really, really well. And I'm just going to use these leaves and sprigs and have that coming out of the camera. I'm just going to play around with my placement. Now when I'm putting that down, I'm making sure that the hole where the lens is not over the edge of the paper so that it's a solid piece behind there. I think what I would like to do is run maybe a little hearts along here. I'm going to use my pickup tool, even though I'm not gluing these yet, but I find that really handy for picking up die cuts and small embellishments. It's just arranging things around until you're happy with how they look. And because I've got this cluster of embellishments up here, I think I need to put another one down in this section. So I'm going to do the same thing and have some of these sprigs coming out and another little heart here. Liquid glue is really handy for these, and because I don't have to adhere the whole entire lot, I'm just doing the leaves. So I'll put that sprig there. I'm going to adhere the camera and then I'll go ahead and do the rest, and then I'll be back just to talk through any changes that I might have made, because as I'm doing something like this, I find that along the way I tend to make changes with what I've decided. What I think might look good when I start putting things down on the paper might not look good when I actually finish it off. So there's always room to tweak. And when I'm adhering things, I never actually put adhesive right on the very edge of anything so that I can tuck things down. And this aqua glue, you don't need a lot of it, and it does dry clear. I'm really happy with how these embellishments are looking. I think I might bring in this globe because the title here is "With You I Am Home," so that sort of reflects that saying. So I'm going to put that on here. I was going to put it over here, but because I've got this cluster here, I think I will put it there so that that all fits together. Because I've put that globe on there, it's sort of floating a little bit now, and I want to make it look like it is part of this cluster that I've got happening in this corner here. You don't really want embellishments floating on their own. You want them to look like they're actually part of something. So by adding in another little leaf sprig there, that all brings that in together. I love the three little hearts that are framing up the top and the bottom sections of these panels. And you might have noticed I did matte this PML card here, this pocket card here with the title. It just felt like it needed finishing off a little bit. I hope you've enjoyed how quickly this came together. I do love the stylishness of black and white and tones of grey. And then I have just one more layout left with the packet of Picture My Life cards that I've got left over. This is basically it. So I've already gone ahead. I was thinking about doing something and I've cut this one apart ready to go onto a page. I have an idea brewing for this that I am quite excited about. It's a little bit different from this. I'm going to step it up just a little bit and use some die cutting with these cards. So stay tuned. That one will be coming soon. I'll put some still shots up of this one at the end of the video and links to the other layouts that I've done with this series. Thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.